Discrimination in South Africa is not a color, it's the people themselves. There are people as black who discriminate other black people. Like for instance, Zulus, they might be not like the Tswana people, or the Tswana people, they might not like the Venda people. Same apply in the white community. The white South African who does not like the Dutch, the former Dutchland in South Africa. There will be also the white South African who are English, who does not like the Afrikaners, which are the Dutch people. Demonstration in South Africa was like this. It's like we've been separated for almost everything. You go to the shop, you see there's a sign saying 9 white or white. But the 9 white and white, these are the new sign. The old sign, they will say Europeans only and black. To find that, as time goes on, they find some difficulties. As you know that there are black people who are born in Europe. If they come to South Africa, they see the sign say European, you use the wrong entrance, but the color is black. Now that's why they start to change the sign to clarify exactly. You have 9 white, that means black, and white is mean white. Also movement in our country. We as black people in South Africa, we're not allowed to move around in our own country. We used to use visas. If I'm staying in Johannesburg, I want to go to Durban, I have to apply the visa. It has to be specific where about in Durban where I'm going to. Okay? If I say I'm going in Durban South, where there's a lot of whites, the permit won't allow me. But if I say I go to Durban, Umlanzi, but I have to be Zulu. Because if I'm not Zulu, they won't allow me. If I'm Swazi, I say I want to go to the place where the Zulu are staying, the question with this, what he's going to do in the Zulu area while he's not Zulu. See, that's what we call divide and rule and conquer. And also remember, in the old days, we as black people were not allowed to be on the street anything after 8 o'clock at night. If they find you at night, at 8 o'clock at night, you will be arrested for that, moving at night.
Can you share with us, how did it impact your experience of yourself and your experience of others?
You know, there's one thing in life. If you've been born in the place where you grew up in that situation. Like for instance, we as boys in the old days, when we were playing around, we always sometimes say, please God, make us white boys. Okay? Because we thought that God, this is how he created us. The color of the black is to suffer. The color of the white is to live a better life.
When apartheid ended, how old were you and what was that like?
Today I'm 55. Apartheid ended completely in 1994. Maybe in the 20s. Yeah, I think I was 28, 29 years old by that time. And at the end of the apartheid, that's when we realized that the law was being used in this country, it was not the correct one. You know, as we have CODESA, we have the reconciliation, you know, explained to us, and lucky enough to have Nelson Mandela and de Klerk, because these are the people who are explaining exactly how the country is supposed to be, how the country is supposed to be run, and what is the kind of the dignity and the respect of people. Yeah, today I'm free because of those two heroes, Mandela and de Klerk. Okay.
Have you seen a difference in how your children experience their life compared to you?
Yes, a very big difference. Because sometimes when I talk to my boys, my sons, tell them this is how I grew up, they always say, if I was me, Daddy, I could have to beat them. Not understanding that was the law, you know. It is a very big difference today in South Africa. Black and white now, they're all together, especially more the youth, the young people. They live together, play together, party together most of the time. It will be handful of those ones still sitting back. Everyone is prepared to go forward.
Do you have any advice for anyone who is currently suffering from discrimination? Do you have any encouragement, or what's the best way to see other people's ignorance?
It's my say most of the time, you cannot change the world, you can change the people. Elders, they have to not look back, look forward. It doesn't help to say so much about the past, we have to think about the future. That is my vision.